All right, and we are recording. Welcome to this gentle yoga and meditation class today. Today it will be a gentle practice. As always, I ask that you listen to and respect your own body. Everything that I'm offering is a suggestion, and I ask that you kind of take responsibility for your own bodies today. For those of you who are live with us, let me know if we have any technical difficulties or anything pop up. And you are more than welcome today to do the entire practice from a chair. If you are able to, I know a lot of us are at computers all today. I would recommend standing for any parts of the practice that you are able to. And we will also move down to the mat near the end of the practice, kind of wind down a little bit and work a little bit on the hips and the lower back. But to start out with, if you're able to, you can start out standing here or sitting in your chair. And we're just going to take a moment to connect with the breath. And if it's comfortable for you, you can place a hand on the chest and another hand on the belly just to kind of help you connect with the breath. And perhaps closing the eyes or adopting a soft gaze. Just noticing the sounds in the room around you. Noticing sensations present in the body. Noticing any residual tensions from the day. Noticing thoughts that might be running in the mind. And noticing the sensations of the breath. Just feeling the movement of air at the nostrils. The rise and fall of the belly or of the chest with the breath. Noticing the space created with the inhalation. And the gentle release possible with the exhalation. Feel welcome at any point during the practice today to just return to those sensations of the breath. If anything's not working for you, you could just place a hand on the chest and then a hand on the belly, noticing the sensations of the breath. Also, as we're in our postures, perhaps noticing with the inhalation space that's created in the body, and with the exhalation, noticing that release, and perhaps how you can go just a little bit deeper into each stretch with the exhalation. And if the eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open them, just allowing the hands to fall down to the ground, towards the ground. And we're going to start out with a little bit of shaking again this week to just start to open up the body very gently. And we'll come to our Tadasana, our mountain pose, with the feet about hip distance apart, and just feeling that connection of the feet with the ground. Toes slightly engaged, even feeling the fingers slightly engaged with the ground, allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears, allowing the shoulder blades to be loose and relaxed. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead, coming up onto the toes for those who are standing. And just allowing that gentle opening of all the joints of the body. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently come down just as far as is comfortable for you, coming down into a little squat here. And then we're going to come up, release up to shaking. And you can shift the weight back and forth from the right side to the left. And as you shake, perhaps just imagining those tensions from the day oozing down the body and releasing into the ground. And you can rock the head from side to side, and perhaps with the intention of releasing some of those tensions in the neck and in the shoulders. And rotating the arms and the elbows. We'll just do a gentle spine twist here, gently turning to the right and to the left, just allowing the arms to flow freely here. And now rotating the hips as though you have a hula hoop outside and you're scraping the insides. You can rotate back and forth at your own pace here. Beginning to gently open up the hips and the spine. And then again, shaking. And then we'll shift over to our right leg and just gently shaking out the left leg, left ankle and foot. And then shifting our weight to the left side, shaking out the other side. And returning to our shaking. And then we'll go ahead and make our hands into fists and then just place them on the lower back here around the area of the kidneys. And just shaking, allowing the hands to gently rub up and down on the lower back. And now rubbing any other areas where you might be having tensions, perhaps in the neck or the shoulders, or perhaps gentle tapping, maybe the jaw. Now just allowing the jaw to release perhaps a few yawns. You can even let the tongue hang out here. All right, and then we'll come back to stillness. Back to our Tadasana. I'm just noticing the sensations alive in the body. I'm feeling the connection of the feet with the ground. Gentle engagement with the toes and the ground. And perhaps feeling blood flow tingling in the hands from the nervous system. All right. We're going to do some rotations now for a little bit deeper opening of some of the joints of the body. And you can be standing for this or in the chair. We're going to start out by stepping forward with the right foot, and you can make the feet as wide apart as you need here to find a sense of stability. We're going to connect the thumb of the right hand with the fingers and then place that under the crook of the right arm. We're just going to start out making small circles with that right arm. And as you rotate that right shoulder, feeling those connections into the neck and into the upper back. And you can even just allow that left ear to fall towards the left shoulder. And then we'll release that right arm. And now we'll do another rotation of the right elbow this time. You'll go ahead and just sweep the thumb across the front of you. And then switch so that the pinky is leading as it comes around. So just a nice full rotation of that right elbow here. And again, you can allow that left ear to fall towards the left shoulder and changing directions. You can spread the fingers wide here, helping to spread out that fascia. Feeling all those connections from the fingertips all the way up into the neck and the chest and the back. And then we'll release that right arm, shaking it out. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides, now stepping forward with the left foot and back with the right. And finding a sense of stability here to start out with. And we're going to connect that left thumb with the left fingers, placing it under the crook of the left arm. And then making small circles with that left elbow. Allowing the right ear to fall towards the right shoulder, just allowing it to fall with gravity, not forcing anything here, being gentle with the neck. And then releasing that left arm and going to the rotation of the elbow. So we'll start out with the thumb leading as it comes across and then flipping the hand around so that the pinky leads, and then the thumb and then the pinky. And spreading those fingers wide again, allowing that right ear to drop towards the right shoulder. All right, and then we'll shake out that left arm. And step forward back towards our Tadasana again. And just taking notice now, noticing the neck, the shoulders, the arms, noticing sensations that are now present in the body. We're going to do a move here to kind of help open up the wrists and the fingers now. So we're going to go ahead and bring the hands together towards our heart here. And we're going to go ahead and just rotate the hand forward and then bringing the backs of the hands together. Back up, palms of the hands back together, and then backs of the hands. As we do this, we're gently rotating the wrists, the elbows, even into the shoulders. And I'll come a little bit closer here just so that you can see the hands a little bit better, and then we'll change directions. And then we'll release the hands again. And you can go ahead and shake out just the fingers now and the wrist. And we're going to go ahead and extend that right arm now. We're just going to grasp the fingers of the right hand, gently stretching back here. And then folding the fingers forward and back again. And forward and back. And then we'll just gently grasp that right thumb, pulling it back towards the right shoulder very gently here. And then forward and pulling it back towards the right hip. And back up. And back down. And then we'll release that right hand, shaking it out. All right, and now for the other side, we'll extend the left hand out long and pressing the palm forward here. We're gonna go ahead and just grasp those left fingers gently with the right hand, gently pulling back towards you. And then flexing forward. And then extending and flexing again. And then back up, and we're going to grasp that left thumb now, pulling that thumb back towards the left shoulder gently, and then back forward, and pulling the thumb back, and folding the hand forward one more time. All right, give the hands one last shake there. All right. I'll do some gentle neck rolls, just allowing the head to move with gravity here. We're going to let that right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And then as you exhale, chin comes towards the chest. And then inhaling, left ear towards the left shoulder. Exhale, chin falls towards the chest. Inhaling, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to the chest. I'm just moving along here, allowing your movement to follow your breath. And coming back to a neutral spine. We'll do some shoulder rolls. And now these are going to be exaggerated shoulder rolls to help open up the shoulder girdle as well as the spine. So as we do this, we're going to go ahead as you inhale, pulling the shoulders forward, allowing the shoulder blades to spread behind you, bringing the ears up towards the shoulders. And then as you exhale, pulling the shoulder blades together and down. Inhale, Shoulders coming up towards the ears. Exhale, shoulder blades coming together and down. Just doing a bit of an exaggerated movement here as we gently open the body. And then changing directions, now going forward. So you'll inhale, shoulders coming up towards the ears. Exhale, shoulder blades separate. All right. And then coming back to a neutral spine again, you can just kind of shake out the shoulders and the neck. All right. And we'll do a little bit more with the shoulders here. So go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, grasping that left elbow with the right arm and reaching for that right shoulder blade. And then we'll inhale the arms up overhead, exhale, switching sides. Now grasping that right elbow with the left hand. Inhale, reaching up overhead, exhale, switch sides. And again, here allowing your breath to lead your movement. And on the next inhalation, bringing both arms up overhead, and then we'll exhale, sweeping the arms down behind us for a bind here. You can grasp the hands behind you or placing the hands on the hips. Get an opening of the chest here. And if you're grasping behind you, you can do this standing or from the chair. We're going to press the palms together and then pressing the hands down towards the floor. And as you're here, you can again do just real gentle neck rolls. And then releasing the arms, again, shaking out. And then just returning to your mountain posture and just noticing what's now present. And the neck and the shoulders, the arms and the hands. All right. We're going to move to some forward folding now. So before we do that, I'm going to show for those of you who might be in the chair today. When we do our forward fold, you'll also do a forward fold from the chair. You'll just inhale your arms overhead, bring the palms together, exhale, bringing the fingertips down to touch the ground, or just bringing the elbows to the knees, whatever works for you. And you'll do a forward fold hanging between the legs and then coming up to a flat back like this. And when we do our lunges, when we step forward, you'll just step your foot out to the right or to the left, and then face that direction for the other movements. All right, and for those who are standing, if balance is a challenge for you, you can also use a chair as we're forward folding, just as a sense of support. So you're not bringing the fingertips down to the ground, whatever works for you today. All right, so we'll come to our mountain posture. And then inhaling the arms up overhead, palms come together. And then bringing the hand down past the heart, and then fingertips down to the ground or to the chins or to your thighs, wherever you're at today. And you can even step the legs apart here to get a little bit better sense of stability. We're going to hang out here for a while for our first one. And we'll just shift our weight back and forth here. And then just allowing the head to fall, chin towards the chest, feeling that passive lengthening of the spine here. I'll just turn to the side here so you can see And then on your next inhalation, we're going to come up to a flat back. So the knees can still be bent here, but you want to elongate the spine, and you can press the fingertips into the shins or the thighs. Chin in towards the chest, engaging from the feet up to the tailbone and from the tailbone out through the crown of the head, feeling length in the body here. And then we'll exhale back to our forward fold. Inhaling back up to our flat back. Taking a few breaths here, being gentle with the body. The knees can be as bent as you need it here, just really finding that length in the spine. And then we'll exhale into our forward fold, knees bent here. We're going to keep the knees bent as we press with engaged legs. We're going to bring the arms back up overhead, palms of the hands together. And we're going to go ahead and step forward with our right foot into a high lunge. And remember, if you're in the chair, you're just going to step your foot out to the side. You can keep the palms of the hands together here to help keep the shoulders away from the ears, or just the arms up overhead. Or if there's tension in the neck, hands can be on the hips. So right now, the heel of the back foot is in the air for our lunge. And then we're going to go ahead and drop that back left heel. So now my back foot is at a 45-degree angle for our warrior one. You're going to feel that in that left hip flexor. Hips are still facing forwards. And then we're going to go ahead and windmill that left arm back, right arm forward for our warrior two. Now our hips are facing out towards our left side here. Gaze over the front middle finger. Just make sure that this front right knee is staying behind the right ankle. I'm just feeling the strength of the lower body here. You can even drop that left hand back and reach the arm up overhead for a reverse warrior. Exhale, back to our warrior two. Right fingers forward, left fingers behind you. And then we're going to windmill that left arm back up to our warrior one. Bringing that back heel, facing back forwards again. We'll bring our hands to our hips, stepping forward. And then inhaling the arms back up, we're going to go ahead and step back now with our right foot. And if you're in the chair, you're going to switch so that you're going to turn your left foot out now to the side. I'm coming to our high lunge here. So our right foot's up. And you can be using the chair here as a support. And keeping that front left knee behind the ankle so we don't put too much pressure on the ligaments in the knee. And then we're going to drop that back right ankle. So now our back right foot is at a 45-degree angle for our warrior one, feeling that stretch in the right hip flexor. And then we're going to go ahead and open up to our warrior two. So now our hips are facing out to our right. And the left fingertips are forward. Our gaze is over the left middle finger. Right arm straight behind us. And you can drop that back left hand down to that back of the right thigh and bring the left hand up overhead, lifting the gaze up towards the sky for our reverse warrior. And coming back down to our warrior two. And we'll windmill that right arm back up to our warrior one. And we'll bring our hands back to our hips, shifting that back right ankle towards the front of the room. And we're going to step forward again. And then going into our forward fold. We'll just take a moment here in a forward fold just to swing the upper body back and forth, releasing any tensions in the back. And then we'll inhale up to our flat back. Exhale, forward fold, knees bent with strong legs. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Hands come together at heart center and hands down towards the heart. And releasing the arms down. Just take another moment for a check-in, just noticing what's now present in the body. We're going to step the feet a little bit wider apart now. And for this, you can have the chair in front of you as a support. We're going to do some wide-legged forward folds now. So we'll go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead, palms come together. And then as we exhale, we're going to gently forward fold, bending the knees here. You can bring the fingertips to the ground or to the back of the chair if you're using it for support, or if you're in the chair, just leaning forward with the legs spread apart. And we're gonna gently shift the weight back and forth side to side here. So shifting the weight onto the right side, right knee bent. Inhale to center, exhale, shifting the weight to the left side, left knee bends. Inhaling to center, exhale. Doing another breath-focused movement here. And then the next time you shift over to your right side, we'll just walk the hands over towards our left, feeling that stretch up the right side of the body. And then inhaling back to center, we're going to shift over to our left side and walking the fingers out to the right here, feeling that stretch up the left side of the body. And then back towards center again. Into our forward fold. And you can walk the feet in a little bit closer to each other so that they're more hip distance apart. And we're just going to roll vertebra by vertebra back to a standing position with the knees bent. And the gaze lifts last. All right. We're going to bring the feet so that they're a little bit wider than hip distance apart now. You take a breath if you need to here also. We're going to shift the feet both out to 45 degrees. We're going to do one more breath-focused flow here. If you're in the chair, same thing, you're just going to bring the feet so that they're both out 45 degrees, and you'll do the arm movements here. So we're going to go into just a real gentle lunge here. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, and then exhale, bringing the shoulder blades in towards the rib cage, knees slightly bending. Inhale, back up. Exhale, elbows in towards the rib cage. Just gently opening the hips here. And again, following your breath with this movement. And we'll inhale the arms up, exhale. Just allowing the arms to gently float back towards the ground. You can turn the feet in. And we'll step back together to our mountain pose. Just taking another moment, noticing what's now present. Noticing sensations of the breath. All right, now for those who are able, we're going to go ahead and move down to the ground, down to your mat. Oh, we'll come to a tabletop position to start out with for our cat-cow. For those of you who are on the chair, you'll do a similar movement, but you'll just have the hands on the knees. You'll inhale for your cat and then exhale, curling forward. For those who are able to get to the chair, to the tabletop position, you can curl the toes under if you want here to help stretch out the bottoms of the feet. We're going to inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, and then exhale, chin towards the chest, arching the back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lifting the gaze, drop the belly, opening the front body, and then exhale, chin in towards the chest, allowing the shoulder blades to fall apart. Inhale. And exhale. Just following your breath here. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine. For those who are in tabletop position, we're just going to shift the hips back and forth here, gazing over the right shoulder as the hips go to the right, and then over the left shoulder as they come to the left. You can just imagine yourself as a dog wagging its tail, looking back at the tail, going from side to side. And then we're going to just shift the weight, shift the hips around in circles here. Another good joint opening movement here. And you can switch back and forth to side to side. Making this movement as deep as you would like to. And then coming back to our tabletop, we're going to go ahead and shift our weight forward, coming towards Cobra. If you're in the chair, you're just going to place the hands on the knees, lifting the gaze up for opening of the front body. And then as you exhale, we're going to come back towards child's posture. And you can separate the knees here, bringing the toes together. Chin in towards the chest here, finding length in the spine. The forehead might come down to the mat here. And then we'll inhale, shifting the weight back forward, back towards Cobra. And then exhale, coming back to child's posture. And you can just do this here at your own pace, going back and forth. And for those who are in the chair, you'll inhale for your Cobra and then exhale, just folding over the thighs, allowing that opening of the back body. Inhale, exhale. And on our next exhalation, we're going to hold in our child's posture. So you can spread the knees wide, toes together, allowing the hips to come back towards the heels of the feet. And you can leave the arms stretched out long, using them as traction to find length in the spine, or you can bring the hands so that they're at the level of the ears here. And if you're in the chair, you'll just bring the weight of the chest forward to the thighs, just allowing a passive opening of the back body here. Just taking a few nice deep breaths. And as you take deep breaths here, feeling how the breath helps to open the back body. If you really relax into the posture here. And feeling the weight of the head against either the mat or against your thighs. And as you're ready, we'll inhale, coming back to our tabletop position. We're going to come around to our back, so you can just swing the legs around. And for those who are on the floor, we're going to lie on the back with the knees bent, soles of the feet on the ground. And you can bring the hands to the belly, and we'll just take a moment now to notice sensations present in this new position. And just noticing all the areas where the body comes in contact with the surface that it's resting on. And then we'll pull the knees into the chest for those who are on the ground, and then gently give them a hug, rolling back and forth, gently massaging the lower back and the spine. And then we're all going to extend our legs out long, gently flexing the feet, gently engaging up towards the ceiling or out in front of you if you're in the chair. We're going to rotate the ankles now. And as you rotate the ankles, feeling those connections into the backs of the legs and into the lower back, and changing directions as you're ready. And then we'll point and flex the toes. And then pulling the right knee in towards the chest, you can allow the left foot back down to the ground with the knee bent. For those of you who are in the chair, you're going to extend the right leg out long here. Give a gentle hug of that right knee in towards the chest, and then we're going to extend it up towards the ceiling. So everyone now has their right leg stretched out long with the foot gently flexed. And you can again rotate that right ankle. Point and flex. You can just kind of play here with allowing the foot to fall in towards midline and then out towards your right side. Feeling that gentle stretch in the lower back. And we'll go ahead and bring that right heel to the left knee, allowing that right knee to fall open in our hip opener here. You can stay right here. If you're in the chair, you'll just need to bring that right heel up to your knee. Same idea with the stretch here. You can stay right here, or you can pull that left knee in towards the chest if you'd like a little bit deeper stretch. And then dropping that left foot back to the ground, and we'll bring the right foot back down, and just taking a moment again, noticing the right side of the body versus the left side. And then we'll pull that left knee in towards the chest, giving it a little hug. And if you're in the chair, you're going to extend the left leg out long. You can just do a gentle forward fold. And everyone's going to extend that left leg long. And again, here you can rotate that left ankle, and flexing and pointing the toes. I'll just show for anyone who might be in the chair here. While we have ours extended up towards the ceiling, you're going to extend your leg out and do a gentle forward fold like this to get that hamstring stretch. All right, and then as you're ready, you're going to bring that left heel to the right knee for our hip opener here, allowing that left knee to fall out towards the side. You can allow it to be a pretty passive stretch here. If you'd like something a little bit deeper, then you can gently curl up and grasp behind the right thigh, pulling it in towards the chest. And then as you're ready, you can release that right foot down to the ground, left foot to the ground. And we're gonna walk the feet out a little bit wider than mat distance, or if you're in the chair, a little bit wider than chair distance. And we're just gonna windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And you can follow the breath here too with this movement. So you would inhale, bringing the knees up, and then as you exhale, allowing them to fall to the side. Inhaling back to center, exhale, knees towards the other side. If you're lying on the ground here, you can spread the arms out wide here, kind of as an anchor for the upper body, and just allowing for a gentle spine twist here. You can even glance in the opposite direction that the knees are going to bring it into a full spine twist. And as you're ready, bring the knees back up towards midline and walking them back in. You can pull the knees in towards your chest one last time, hugging the knees in and gently rolling back and forth, making any final movements that feel good for you before we find our final resting posture. And if you're in the chair, moving so that the feet come in firm contact with the ground and finding a nice dignified position, good length in the spine. If you're lying on the ground, you can keep the knees bent to help support the lower back or extending the legs out long, allowing the feet to fall out towards the sides, palms of the hands up towards the ceiling, or placing the hands on the belly for Shavasana. Might also be an option to sit up if you'd like to. We're finding whatever position feels good for you right now. For this final relaxation, and if it's comfortable for you, you can close the eyes or just adopting a soft gaze. Just opening up to an awareness of the sounds in the room around you. Noticing the air on the skin. And sensing all the areas where the body comes in contact with and is supported by the surface that it's resting on. Feeling the body as secure, supported, and safe in this moment. And releasing the jaw, the tongue, the temples, the forehead. Softening the neck and the shoulders. And softening the left arm and left hand. The right arm and right hand. Allowing the fingers to uncurl. Releasing the hips. The left leg and left foot. The right leg and right foot. Feeling the entire body release to gravity. And bringing the attention to sensations of the breath. Noticing the air at the nostrils. The coolness of the inhalation. and the gentle warmth of the exhalation. And sensing the air in the throat and perhaps the coolness at the vocal cords. And allowing a gentle rise and fall of the belly with each breath. Allowing the breath as full and unrestricted in this moment. Feeling the space and lightness of each inhalation and release and letting go with each exhalation. And perhaps visualizing breathing in love, kindness, good health. And exhaling anything that's not needed in this moment. And letting go of any effort and just breathing. And as you're ready, you can begin to bring some gentle movement to the fingers and to the toes. Perhaps stretching the arms overhead, stretching the legs out long, full body stretch. If you're lying down, you can roll to one side and taking a few breaths there. And feeling the breath deep within the back body. And as you're ready, you can start to make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Perhaps with the eyes still closed. Just noticing thoughts that are now present. Noticing sensations now present in the body. As you're ready, you can begin to bring in some light to the eyes and just taking in colors and shapes in the room around you. Perhaps as though it was your first time seeing the room around you. And as you're ready, arriving fully present in this moment, just as it is.